And the reason why we broke this thing down the way that we broke it down, because it's it affects it affects future quarterbacks in the future as far as them getting contract extension. So that would mean what we got coming up. We got Joe Burrow coming up. We got Justin Herbert coming up. I guess you could throw two in there coming up, and of course Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, obviously, he's been in the contract and negotiations with the Baltimore Ravens, and we've got multiple updates on that over the past several weeks. And it seems like the guaranteed money is the biggest issue. So when we look at the contracts, the top quarterback contracts in the league thus far, we have Patrick Mahomes sitting at 450 million for the next 10 years. Josh Allen got a $258 million deal for the next 6 years. Russ is now placed in third, making 245 million over the next 5 years. Kyler Murray is going to be making 230.5 million over the next five. And then Deshaun Watson is getting 230 million over the next five. And now annually, when you look at it, Aaron Rodgers leads the pack with 50.3 million. Then Russell Wilson is second with 49 million. Kyler is getting 46.1. Deshaun Watson is getting 46 million, and Patrick Mahomes is getting 45 million. Now this is where things get complicated for guys moving forward as far as the guaranteed contracts. That's where the players are trying to take their contracts now. They want to make their contracts fully guaranteed. And it all started with Kirk Cousins when he ended up signing that contract with the Minnesota Vikings a couple of years ago. And it's continuing to be a trend. Like, we want to increase the guaranteed money. But Deshaun Watson, his contract is fully guaranteed with 230 million. Kyler Murray has a $189.5 million guaranteed contract. Russell Wilson has 165 $65 million contract guarantee. Aaron Rodgers got $150.8 million guarantee, and Josh Allen has $150 million guarantee. So when you look at it, Lamar Jackson, what could possibly be Lamar Jackson's asking price for the Baltimore Ravens for him to be comfortable and the Baltimore Ravens could be content with? It's again for I think the biggest issue is the contract has to be guaranteed. So it would have to be the contract would have to be in total. The contract would have to be at least 235 million, in my honest opinion, 235 million, and the guarantees. The asking price, of course, is going to be the whole 235 million. The argument is Deshaun Watson with the Cleveland Browns gave him the whole contract guaranteed, but there were definitely certain circumstances that came into play as far as the no trade package. They had to get a reason to a reason for Deshaun Watson to waive that no trade clause, and they ended up doing it when they ended up giving him the guarantee contract. So it's an uphill battle for the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson moving forward as far as them seeing eye to eye as far as their contract is concerned, because I believe we are less than 2 weeks away. Oh shoot, less than 2 weeks away now before we get to the week one opener. So knowing the Baltimore Ravens, and yes, I do read the comments. Knowing the Baltimore Ravens, they are not known for paying their quarterback outside of Joe Flacco as of late. I don't think they want to end up making that same mistake. But you already know how I feel about the whole situation with Lamar Jackson. I think it's a big risk giving Lamar Jackson the guaranteed contract, considering the fact that his number is called what 75% of the time for the Baltimore Ravens offense, whether it be passing the football, whether it be running the football. It's a big risk giving him a fully guaranteed contract. And again, it's I think the Baltimore Ravens are trying to engage with Lamar and be like, yo, like when you sit down and you look at the Russell Wilson deal, you look at the Kyler deal, like nobody's gonna be touching the fully guaranteed contract of 230 million uh in the near future. So it's a possibly like you could possibly take maybe 190. Can you take 190 million guaranteed? Can we do that? But it's going to be interesting because if he ends up playing out this season, the last year of his contract, and he ends up possibly getting hurt, I can definitely see them not giving him a guaranteed contract moving forward, a fully guaranteed contract moving forward if he decides to sign an extension with the Baltimore Ravens. And then I would think that they would possibly want to put the franchise tag on him until they end up working things out with him after that. But it's a definitely a messy situation, especially the fact that Lamar Jackson is representing himself, and a lot of folks say that it's not good to represent yourself, considering the fact like you got to take the personal aspect out of it. You got to understand the actual market value, and you just got to know how to play the game.
Nah for the bay. Nah for the bay. We don't care what you said. Nah for the bay. Nah for the bay. Nah for the bay. We ain't hearing what you said. Nah for the bay. Fire!